Perfect.
Hello guys, and welcome to another MK Mobile character review, today featuring Venomous D'Vorah. As usual guys, please mind the date when this video has been recorded, because a lot of things may have changed since then, and if you're not familiar with the matrix I'm using to evaluate characters, you can find it on the top right corner of the screen. And without any further ado, let's put the Outworld Queen, Venomous D'Vorah, to the test. After the recent buff of her stats, guys, Venomous D'Vorah has 45,644 attack, which is the 29th highest in the game and the 11th highest among gold characters. Her HP is 90,528, the 33rd highest in the game and the 14th among all gold characters. The toughness 42,525, the 20th highest in the game and the 3rd highest in the gold league. Quite impressive numbers when it comes to toughness. And the recovery is 37,800, the 27th highest in MK Mobile and the 12th highest among the gold characters. Her power generation is 110%. In general, she gets 17.7 out of 28 possible for her basic stats. Poison Ovipositor Rush. This is the name of D'Vorah special one. You have to keep in mind that it is completely blockable, so you have to be careful when you cast it. It has poison as main debuff, and it cannot be cast from anywhere. If you are away from the opponent, the ability will miss completely. Special one of D'Vorah is also lethal. It will finish off the opponent if he is low, and it consists of 6 mini attacks. When it comes to damage, the minimum damage of her special one is 15,062, the 42 highest in the game and the 22nd among the gold characters, so nothing really impressive there. Maximum damage is 30,125, again 42nd highest in the game and the 23rd highest among the gold characters. Once again, her special one can be completely blocked. It has poison as main debuff. It cannot be cast from anywhere, so be very careful. You have to be close to the opponent when you use your special one. It is lethal and it consists of 6 mini attacks. So, in total, she gets 7.2 out of 12 possible for her special one. Buck Burst, this is the name of the D'Vorah special 2, by the way it looks really awesome. Unfortunately, it can be blocked like her special one. Again, like her special one, this special ability has poison as main debuff. However, unlike her special one, this time she can cast her special 2 from anywhere and it will still connect, which is very useful. Special 2 is lethal and it consists of only 1 hit. When it comes to damage, the minimum damage of special 2 of Venomous D'Vorah deals up to 37,656, the 38th highest in the game and the 17th highest among the golds. Maximum damage is 75,312, the 41st highest in the game and the 18th highest among the gold characters. Special 2 of D'Vorah can be blocked completely. Again, it has poison, like her special 1. However, the good part here is that it can be cast from anywhere, so don't worry when you cast her special 2. Her special 2 is lethal and it consists of only 1 hit, which is always good. In general, she gets 11.3 out of 18 possible for her special 2. Quite frankly, her special 2 looks awesome, just don't forget that it can be completely blocked. And we got to her X-ray, which is called Stick Around. In general, pretty cool looking X-ray. It can be cast from distance. However, it has Curse as a debuff on her X-ray, which is very unfortunate because, as we know, Curse is not really the most useful debuff in the game. When it comes to damage, her X-Ray deals 91,881, not that impressive to be honest. It is the 45th highest in the game and the 20th highest among the gold characters. Her X-Ray has Curse, which is one of the worst debuffs in my opinion. However, the good part is that it can be cast from anywhere. So, Venomous D'Vorah gets 2.8 out of 4 possible points for her X-Ray. And when it comes to her total score in the special attack section, she gets 21.4 out of possible 34 points. In general, not bad special attacks, just don't forget that she can completely miss her special one if you cast it from distance. I'm gonna be honest, the basic attacks of Venomous D'Vorah are horrible. She's one of the slowest characters in the game. Just look at it, guys. Just look at it. She's so freaking slow with her basic attacks. And not only that, but the chaining of her basic attacks is horrible as well. She doesn't push the opponent back when they're blocking. And even if they're not blocking and somehow she manages to land a combo ender, it takes her ages to get back to her original position. It really takes ages. So in general, I'm sorry, I'm giving her 2 points for basic attack speed and 2 points for chaining for the total of 4 out of 10. Neurotoxin, this is the name of D'Vorah's passive. Basically what it does is that for each negative effect applied on the enemy character, she gets plus 100% damage on her basic attacks, and her poison can stack up to 2 times. Now granted, this passive can work beautifully, but I have 2 main issues with it. The first issue is that you need to have certain items maxed that greatly benefit that passive, but without them, you don't have a lot of options, unfortunately. The same applies for the characters. There are 2 characters that work perfectly fine with that passive, and buff D'Vorah because obviously she is not a support card. But again, we're talking about just 2 characters. I mean, there are a lot of other characters that can do well with her passive, but really not that great so that you can consider putting D'Vorah in a team. However, nobody knows what happens in the future. So let's say currently we have only 2 characters, but in 1 year we can have 5 or 6 characters. So this is not the biggest issue I have with the passive. The biggest issue I have with the passive is that it involves the basic attacks, and D'Vorah is horrible when it comes to basic attacks. She's very slow and her basic attack chaining is terrible. So I'm giving 13 points out of 20 here. I'm sorry, I really wanted to give more, especially now when I'm playing the D'Vorah team, which is very fun to play. I'm going to reveal it to you in the end of the video. However, I don't think that more than 30 points will feel fair. D'Vorah is just an Outworld character, so she gets 1 point out of 6 for classes and no tagging attack, so 0 points there. And we came to the final question. And that question should be, is Venomous D'Vorah a good character? And the answer to this question is kind of. Now, quite frankly, her stats are not impressive, her special attacks are not impressive, they can be blocked and the damage is not sky high. However, her biggest issue is that her basic attacks are terrible, very slow, and the chaining is awful. And the problem gets even bigger here because her passive is quite fun, but this passive works with her basic attacks, which is the worst part of the character. I'm currently having a lot of fun playing the D'Vorah team, I'm not going to lie. However, I cannot really say that she's a great character, knowing that her basic attacks suck. So I'm going to give her 1 out of my 3 subjective points, and the total score she gets is 58.1 out of 100. So the final verdict of Venomous D'Vorah is going to be kind of good character. Because of the fact that Venomous D'Vorah has poisons, Poison Special 1, Poison Special 2, I would say that in general she's very good against characters who can recover HP, or in other words regenerate HP, such as for example Unstoppable Jason or Spec Ops Scorpion. And she's pretty useful against Cold War Sonya's team because, I mean, most of the cases you don't care about special attacks when you play Venomous D'Vorah. However, Venomous D'Vorah is very bad against MK11 Jade for the fact that first, Jade can evade her basic attacks, and on top of that Jade can heal on her poison. Punk Cassie is a very tough matchup for D'Vorah because as soon as Punk Cassie tags in, D'Vorah basic attacks get even slower, which is really bad. Combat Cup Sonya, I really hate playing versus Combat Cup Sonya team as Venomous D'Vorah because, you know, from the beginning of the match you want to kill the guy that has so many debuffs on him. But if you want to do that, even if you kill him, then you have 50% chance that Combat Cup Sonya will tag in, give you a red card, and you won't be able to use your D'Vorah until the end of the match. This is really annoying. I hate playing against Combat Cup Sonya teams with D'Vorah guys, it's really annoying. And the last character that really counters Venomous D'Vorah teams is Dark Emperor Lucane, as long as he is an opener. The reason for that is most of the time you won't be able to tag in with D'Vorah on time before your opener gets killed. Dark Emperor Lucane is simply overpowered, and if you're playing a D'Vorah team, most of the case you're going to need Classic Ermac as an opener, and he will just die to Dark Emperor Lucane, and that's never a good thing. Okay, so we went to the items. So Venomous D'Vorah is not a support card. I mean, you cannot use her to support anybody. Probably the only card that you can support with Venomous D'Vorah is Master of Souls Ermac. Anyways, there are tons of other characters that are better than D'Vorah in a Master of Souls Ermac team. However, if you want to be successful in a D'Vorah team, you have to put D'Vorah as your main damage dealer. And you need to equip her with Combat Knife. That's really important, because you get 50% basic attack damage boost throughout the entire length of the game. However, if you don't have Combat Knife, I'll suggest you get Send to Blade, because Send to Blade gives you some unblockable chance of basic attacks, which is again very important. She's really slow, and if the opponent is blocking all the time, it's not very good for you. Even though, I mean, as long as they have a lot of debuffs, they'll die anyways, but unblockable chance is never a bad thing. However, I would say if you have Combat Knife, use it. Send to Blade counts as a replacement in case you don't have the Combat Knife. On the armor spot, just put Shao Kahn armor, in my opinion the best armor in the game. And as accessory, equip her with Killer Wasp. The reason for that is because of her special 1. Killer Wasp give you some unblockable chance on your special attacks, and as you already know, her special 1 consists of 6 mini hits, so the chance that unblockable chance gets activated is very high. And we got to the teams. So there are really 2 characters that are perfect for a Venomous D'Vorah team. The first one is Classic Ermac. Because of his passive, he applies a dot that cannot be rinsed, that cannot be removed for 30 seconds, and that automatically means that Venomous D'Vorah is going to deal plus 100% damage on her basic attacks for at least 30 seconds. And the second character is Classic Reptile, because there's 80% chance every time when somebody tags in, he gets poisoned. So another 100% basic attack damage for Venomous D'Vorah. So, probably you already guessed, the first team is Classic Ermac, Venomous D'Vorah and Classic Reptile, and I want to say something in addition here. It is really important to equip Classic Ermac with the following items, or if it's not Classic Ermac, if you have another opener, he needs to have the following items which have to be maxed. to be working properly. The first item is the Takedo Sweep, because it gives 20% chance of applying bleed at the start of the game. The second item is Shadow Sash, because it gives 100% chance to apply blind at the start of the game. That's another negative effect. And of course you need Blaze's Life Force. As you can see, you can apply 3 negative effects on the opponent, and if you have classic Ermac, that means at the beginning of the game you're going to apply up to 4 negative effects on the opponent. So imagine, just as the game starts, you tag in with Venomous D'Vorah and you deal about 500% more damage on your basic attacks. That's insane. The second team is Classic Ermac, D'Vorah, and Mournful Kitana, in case you don't have Classic Reptile, and in case you don't have Mournful Kitana, there's another variation. It's Classic Ermac, D'Vorah, and Sun God Kotokan, so that D'Vorah gets a little bit more attack, which is always useful. However, I would really say that Classic Ermac is paramount for a successful D'Vorah team. Okay guys, this is the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. In the end of the day, Venomous D'Vorah scored 58.1, and we labeled her as a kind of good character. Unfortunately, the only drawback that she has is that her passive is focused on her basic attacks, and her basic attacks are horrible. However, as you already saw, you can build very fun teams using Venomous D'Vorah, so if you have her, please guys, use her. So this will be all from me for today. Take care guys. See you in the next video.
Perfect.